From the road to MotoGP, this is FAB-Racing.
So next up will be the AC40 Pro class. It's the first race of the day for these guys. It's going to be a fast and furious race. It's a big grid this year for them. It's the middleweight class of the Minimotos, and you can just see now heading on to the starting grid, following behind Rob Keys, son of Roger. And yeah, these guys, they're still young, they're still raring to go. You can see Sam Gardner, number 56, come through your screen. It's such a big grid, and so many talents on this small grid.
Yeah, big smiles on a couple of the riders' faces as well as they get out in anger for the first race. I'm sure they've been looking forward to this one. Barely able to sleep in the nights coming up to today. And this is the infield section that they're in as well at the moment. They're obviously doing a very short cycle lap here, just to get themselves to the grid and get us underway very, very quickly.
Yep, it's the first race of the day. The parents are waiting on the grid for their riders for the AC40 Pro class. The first race of the day for these guys. You can see making their way onto the grid. The revs will rise pretty soon, and the nerves will also be rising right now. They'll be trying to keep focused and trying to keep calm.
Riders stamping on the front brake as well. A couple of them hopping up the rear wheel. You can hear all the excitement, all the revs building, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen here in this very first race of our Sunday.
Yeah, so you can see Lee Clouds making our way through the middle of the grid, checking that everyone is in the correct grip positions, because of course these guys are still learning. Yeah. So it's time for us to almost go racing. The nerves will be very, very high at the moment, but it's going to be a very intense race. It's the first race of the day, and then we'll have a warm-up lap, and then we should get going and get racing here. It's the Sunday of FAB-Racing.
Look how busy this little track is with all these riders trying to fight and vie for position already. Just trying to what can they do here, Lewis, just to get the bike up to absolute optimum?
Yeah, they're going to have to get the revs just perfect and the launch just perfect, and on pole position for the first race of the weekend. It's going to be Taylor Tomlinson who moves up to the pro class. Nicholas Dunwoody will join him on the front row. Rex Austin will start in third with Logan Cousins alongside him. Sam Gardner will start in fifth position with Sebastian Gasowski also moved up to the pro class this year in sixth. Liam Lindquist in seventh with Harrison Day in eighth. Preston Baker will start in 9th with Bradley Curtis coming all the way from Scotland will start in 10th, Tyler Hartley in 11th, and Oliver Hall, the rookies champion from a couple of years ago, in 12th. Now just after Oliver Hall will be Archie Hooper in 13th and Josh Perkins in 14th. Seth Hayward will round out our 15 bike grid for this pro class.
15 bikes and even fewer laps, just 9 laps await. So the riders have got their eye in. They've got their temperatures where they need to be. The parents doing the last few mechanical checks here. And in fact, one of our final riders to the grid was second place, Nicholas Dunwoody, Lewis.
Yeah, Nicholas Dunwoody getting a final little chat from his dad before we get underway. Here we go though, Taylor Tomlinson on pole position, the start of 2023. How will it go? The lights are on and the lights are off and we are racing. Taylor Tomlinson gets the hold shot into turn one through the first chicane. Nicholas Dunwoody manages to stay in second place. You can just see the middle of the field bunching up at the moment. Rex Austin sits in third position with just behind him is Logan Cousins, and you can just see how close this field is, how aggressive they're going to have to be. Harrison Day also have to push early on from this first lap, but at the front Taylor Thompson, who leads the way in first position, the rookies champion from last year, moves up to the pro class and once again just shows his pace straight away in a brand new championship, showing who he really is and what his pace actually is like. You'll just see them now coming through the shot, heavy braking into this hairpin, into the infield section. You see Rex Austin going slightly wide there, checking that Logan Cousins was not going to sneak up the inside, but at the front there's a battle forming actually, and it looks like everyone's made it safe. All riders, all 15 riders have completed the first lap, but at front Taylor Thompson, who leads the way with a 59.1.
Cracking start there from Tomlinson. He really did get a fantastic launch and really bossed that first first chicane. His knees down low. He's already putting a gap. The front two here absolutely away from the rest of the grid currently, and there's battles throughout the grid. We've got, I think this is P4 and 5 currently having a battle. A lot of Dayglow yellow, and there's a bright pink helmet just defending as well as they head up through the difficult right-hander that reaches uphill. We've got you
just see there we're coming into the infield section of the course, and it's going to be an awesome race. The riders already pushing right from the first lap and wanting to show who they are in this new class. And in this new year, of course, it's been the first race of the year for these riders as they push on. They come round the final corner and out into laps, 7 laps to go in this first race today for the AC40 Pros.
And just to confirm then, it is Tomlinson from Dunwoody, Gaslowski, Austin, Cousins, Gardner, Baker, Curtis, Perkins, Hall and Lindquist, Day, Hayward, Hooper and Hartley. All 15 riders still running, 7 laps to go as they run around the final corner and back on the throttle once again.
They're back on the throttle, and it's Taylor Thompson actually set a fast lap of the race, a 57.1, so incredible pace right from the first couple of laps from Taylor Thompson.
That's within a second of his pole time.
Yeah.
So fantastic stuff.
Yeah, straight away in this morning race. Of course, wind conditions today are up, and that's really going to affect these younger riders on the smaller bikes because it's just so lightweight that every little gust they'll be able to feel it. You can just see there how hard they're having to push through that final corner. Although these are just little Minimotos, they still have a great amount of power.
I think that was Austin with the tail out slightly, just grunt, and he's now definitely under threat here from behind. The black and red rider in the dark helmet crowding out here, and then it's still very, very busy at the tail of the field as well, Lewis.
Yeah, so Rex Austin was defending from Sebastian Gaslowski there, but as you can see, Curtis is trying to find any way past, just trying to build up momentum, and now you can just see Bradley Curtis getting overtaken there, but a battle is forming all the way down the field. That's what we see in this AC40 Pro class, is that battles will form every single position practically all the way down the field. There's so many different corners at this circuit that there's almost a corner for everyone. But of course, Harrison Day will make us race and return this round after missing the last half of last year. Of course, the bright big pink helmet, which we've seen many times across his racing career, and you can just see how hard these riders are pushing. Of course, number 14 in the battle there is Liam Lindquist, who's dropped down to 9th position. Liam Lindquist missed the final couple of rounds last year after not being able to compete, so he's back this year, and it looks like actually he's back stronger than usual, and Harrison Day on the pace straight away. But this battle right now is for 9th position, so you can just see how fast these riders bunch up.
It looks like Bradley Curtis getting back. Liam Lindquist, Taylor Thomas is still holding the lead here, and he is 4.2 seconds away from second place. It's a very busy race, apart from the battle for the front right now.
Yeah, it's super close now. 5 laps to go. This time across the line, though, will be 4 laps to go for Taylor Tomlinson, a 56.9. He's just stretching his pace and just showing how great and how consistent he can be. But Taylor Tomlinson, number 77, he impressed us last year in the rookie class, winning the championship in fine fashion.
Look at this.
But you can just see there, the battle for 3rd position for the final spot of the podium. Logan Cousins is really trying to defend for this final position with 4 laps to go in this first race of the day, the AC40 Pros.
Absolutely, it's super close. Gaslowski behind Austin here, and hounding the back of the neon yellow rider. But it's absolutely ebbing and flowing, these gaps down through the lap, and then suddenly it looks like it's suddenly Austin pressuring Cousins once again as they come through the infield.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Nicholas Dunwoody in 2nd position, just trying to be able to keep that gap formed and just trying not to be able to make any mistakes. But Rex Austin, he looks so strong in this AC40 Pro class. You can just see how strong he looks from the get-go.
Really positive body language on the bike as well. It looks like he's waiting a patient game here, as it looks also to see that Gardner is falling back into the clutches.
There's a red flag in this race, so the race will be stopped.
And that's the second accident as well in as many laps. So we're waiting to just make sure that everybody's okay. We'll 2 riders down at the moment, but our order is now Tomlinson, Dunwoody, Cousins, Gaslowski, Austin, but we do have the red flag. I think that was Austin just lost out position to Gaslowski.
Yeah, so Taylor Tomlinson right now was leading when the red flag came out, and he gained his lead to 6.1 seconds over Nicholas Dunwoody, and it just shows how much pace he has and how much talent he has. So yeah, it's great seeing. You can see now the riders just discussing, stopped in the circuit, talking about the race. But there is Josh Perkins up on his feet, number 30, and looks like he's okay. He's walking away, just maybe a bit winded.
But yeah, a little bit gingerly, but on his feet, and that's great to see. I think we've got a kind hand around the shoulder, and we've got just making sure everybody is safe. Of course, this is a red flag currently, so Lewis, what happens in these red flag situations? Race is paused effectively, and do we have a restart? Do we roll, or do we go back to the grid?
Well, we're gonna have to wait and find out. It just depends on how many laps are left and what the situation is looking like on timing. But it's great to see Josh Perkins walking away from this incident. 3 laps ago, we're left in the race, but of course the crash happened, so we'll just have to wait to see if the race will be restarted, and that will be a race result actually. So Taylor Tomlinson will take the race win by 0.5 of a second over Sam Gardner and Sebastian Gaslowski. The graphic is saying Logan Cousins is in 4th, and Rex Austin will be in 5th, and in 6th place will be Nicholas Dunwoody, Bradley Curtis, Preston Baker, Oliver Hall, and Josh Perkins will be in 10th. Of course, those results right now are just provisional, so we'll just have to wait to see if any changes are made.
So out of the pit lane come the riders for the AC40 Pro in their third race of this first round of the season at a Lydd kart circuit here on the southeast coast on a glorious day. Beautiful sunshine, and they'll be hoping to either make amends or better what they did in the earlier race today, Lewis.
Yeah, they certainly will be. Of course, the AC40 Pro class, the middleweight class of the Minimoto guys, and you can just see the amount of people on this grid waiting for these riders, and what a race we have coming up in store. It was a great race one, and it looks that we're going to get more of the same, to be honest, because Taylor Tomlinson, he looks so strong.
At what point, though, does fatigue start to take its toll on these junior riders when Taylor Tomlinson's already done 3 races in one day already?
Yeah, Taylor Tomlinson, a lot of races today, a lot of races this weekend for him. But, of course, these guys are still young, and I think it's really going to depend on what they do outside of the races, if they just simply rest or if they're still out there running about, playing football and stuff like that. So it really is going to depend on Taylor Tomlinson. You can just see on the grid, he looks focused.
Yeah, he does, absolutely. And they blast away then from the grid markings for this sighter lap. There's as a newcomer to the series myself, there's a lot of aggression on the very start sighting lap. It's very unusual for me to see. I guess it's about just positioning. Is it subtle communication between riders as well, saying I'm going to be this is my practice start?
Yeah, it certainly is. But Taylor Tomlinson, he can do starts pretty well, and he can do laps pretty well. 57.9 in qualifying, and he starts on pole position. Alongside him will be Nicholas Dunwoody.
Then on the second row, we have Rex Austin and Logan Cousins, as we saw earlier. And on row 3, Sam Gardner and Sebastian Gaslowski. Followed behind them in row 4, Liam Lindquist and Harrison Day. Preston Baker, Bradley Curtis. On row 6, Tyler Hartley, Oliver Hall. And then on the 7th row in 13th, Archie Hooper, Josh Perkins, and at the back, Seth Hayward.
What a great race we have coming up. The riders coming to the grid and having the final chance, the final talks with their parents and everyone involved for this moment, for the lights to go out. Final
there's
cuddles.
A hug going on there, yeah, on the front there. And that's Nicholas Dunwoody and his mechanic for the day. But the red flag is held up, ready to get the riders ready, and they'll be focusing straight on that big sign on the left of screen. Revs are building, and they're off, and it's Taylor Tomlinson once again with a great start. Very slow to get his feet and legs back into order after the push start he gave it, but streaking away from the front. It is Taylor Tomlinson and Nicholas Dunwoody as the rest of the pack organise themselves, and this is not the first time we've seen an accident in that second part of the S's, Lewis.
Yeah, certainly the bike's flipped over, but the rider straight up on his feet, so great to see the rider straight on his feet. Great to see that they look okay from that incident, but of course this race laps to go, and Taylor Tomlinson is leading the way at the front from these guys. So Taylor Tomlinson picking up from where he left off in race 2.
Yeah, absolutely. This is race 3, of course, for this category. But Taylor Tomlinson absolutely bossed this one earlier. This seems to be his sweet spot at the moment. He didn't perform quite so well in his following 2 races, but this is the one that he is absolutely brilliant at. Bike number 77, and look at that gap already. 1.5 seconds after just the first lap.
It's incredible, to be honest. Taylor Tomlinson, what a great lap that is. The lap record round here actually is a 55.4, so there's still 3 seconds off that. That was set by Archie O'Brien, who we just seen battling that Mini GP 70 race earlier on today. So the AC40 Pro class, it's constantly building, it's constantly getting new talents for it. All the talented riders have came through this class at some point, and you can just see why. It's close racing, it's fair racing, and they're almost on equal machinery, so it really just lets them focus on themselves and focus on their racecraft.
Yeah, just to update you, it was Logan Cousins who was off, down and back up again, but visibly seething about that turn 4-5 interchange where he came off the bike, but he's well enough to be angry, which is always a good thing. In second place then, Dunwoody from Goslowski and Rex Austin, who just lost the place to Goslowski on that previous lap, but these 3 battling for the podium.
Yeah, they certainly are. At the back of this battle is Sam Gardner. So Sam Gardner really wanting this final place on the podium position, which is held by Sebastian Goslowski. Now, Sebastian Goslowski and Taylor Tomlinson last season had an immense battle in number 64 versus number 77. It went to the final round of the season at Red Lodge, and what a great final round it was. Taylor Tomlinson made a mistake, and there you could see battle between 6, 7, 8 and 9. I believe that's one of the courtesies in that battle at the moment. If not, yeah, and Harrison Day as well in that battle. Harrison Day trailing the field at the moment, getting his confidence levels back up, but there's Taylor Tomlinson battling his way through and battling his way through some back markers.
That's a lap being put on what lap? The start of lap 3, so tremendous stuff from him. It's Logan Cousins then, who's been able to get back running, which is fantastic given how long it took him to get back onto the racetrack with the pusher on the side of the track, just getting everything back for him. But it's Tomlinson at the lead of this race from Nicholas Dunwoody, Rex Austin and Sebastian Goslowski, with Sam Gardner just behind them.
Yes, certainly Taylor Tomlinson leads the way. From him is Logan Cousins, but Logan Cousins is all the way down in 15th, maybe looks like second on circuit, but he's not after an earlier fall. Hello, if you're just joining us, you joined us in the middle of the AC40 Pro races, the last race 2, the first race 3 actually, of the weekend, and what a race 3 has been so far today. Harrison Day has made 1 place there, it looks like, and it looks like next up it's going to be Preston Baker. He's going to try and find a way, but Preston Baker has his eyes set forward on the back of Liam Lindquist.
Yeah, and we're back into the infield racing as well, and so these riders, you definitely see the real difference in lines as they approach the infield, and as one corner flows into another, you can see how one line compromises their ability to get the power down so easy. A new fastest lap then from Rex Austin, bike number 991 of 56.702.
Yeah, Rex Austin putting on the pace in 3rd position at the moment, but Rex Austin in 3rd, and what a great result that would be if he could keep that podium position. Nicholas Dunwoody though in 2nd place in number 35. He's quite a low race, I think it's fair to say, 5 seconds away from Taylor Tomlinson, but very, very fast lap time, still a 57.9, which isn't too far off the front guy.
No, I'm sure he'll be wishing for a more lonely race though, because he's got 0.7 of a second. He's got Rex Austin behind, and Rex Austin has been on the move then since losing a place early on, but he'll be keen to keep this momentum that's been moving forward and forward. And I think he might be able to unlock some pace if he can get ahead of Nicholas Dunwoody.
Yeah, I think he will be, but 4 laps to go in this race. These riders crossed the line to make it 4 laps to go for themselves. Liam Lindquist leading this battle now. Liam Lindquist, he missed the tail end of last season, and now he's back in full force, and now he's defending from Preston Baker, of course, younger brother of Harley Baker, who races in the Metro Kit class. You could just see these 4 riders, and Oliver Hall diving down the of Harrison Day.
Beautiful
so
move.
What a great move that
really was. Slotted in between that almost impossible gap, but positioned himself very, very well indeed. And I don't think those yellow overalls hurt when it comes to being noticed on the racetrack either.
Yeah, exactly. And there is Caelan Ratcliffe, actually, Nicholas Dunwoody, who I believe is trying to find his way past some back markers. So we're at this section in the race where you're just trying to find any way past some back markers. And actually, yeah, that's Nicholas Dunwoody, and has been overtaken by Rex Austin. In front of that, it is Logan Cousins who's the back marker here. So right. Logan Cousins right now is in front of the battle for second position between Rex Austin and Nicholas Dunwoody. Yeah,
and Rex Austin, as I said earlier, you know, he's very keen to move forward. He's certainly got some pace and some good positioning on track, leading this group then for the battle for second place now. And I think we'll see some pace start to get unlocked from him. But Taylor Thompson still in the lead, but now by 6.7 seconds with 3 laps to go.
Yeah, and they can see trying to get past Logan Cousins. The thing is, Logan Cousins, he's not usually a back marker. It's only because he's crashed. So it means trying to get past him is like trying to battle in a race. He's so quick, and that is what Nicholas Dunwoody is about to find out as he tries to find a way past, because he has to, as Rex Austin has already made the way through.
We are watching a tremendous battle here in the AC40 Pro series. We're just trying to track down a couple of riders that we've failed to get on our timing screens, but getting through past the Logan Cousins car, which is usually a front runner, as I was saying earlier. Taylor Tomlinson still in the lead. Rex Austin still holding on to second place with Nicholas Dunwoody just behind, and then a bit of a gap out to Sebastian Gazlowski, Sam Gardner, Preston Baker, and there'll be the leader, Taylor Tomlinson, will be crossing the line to start his final lap shortly, Lewis. Yeah, Taylor Tomlinson will be, and what a great race it's been from him. We haven't seen too much of him lately, just because he's been that far at the front. 7.4 seconds at the line last time around. What's it going to be this time around, you wonder? Well, now it's 8 seconds, so he's just consistently taken up, and there is the race leader. There he is, putting in the laps on the final lap of the race. It's the 77, a 56.969 last time around, and consistently at the front. Yeah, tremendous stuff. So just closing out the race with Taylor Tomlinson doing a great job. Fearless, you'd have to say today. He's been really strong on this particular bike. Obviously he's racing on other bikes as well, but down he goes into the infield then for the final time of asking in this third round. We will see him again, of course, tomorrow, but he'll be very pleased to take home yet another win. Coming around then to take on the final corner, and tremendous performance from Taylor Tomlinson, who wins round 3 in the AC Pro 40s, and he'll be joined on the podium by Rex Austin and Nicholas Dunwoody. I'm not sure which order they will finish though, because now it will be that order, Rex Austin and Nicholas Dunwoody in that order, just less than a second away from each other. Sam Gardner in 4th position, and then Sebastian Gazlowski, Preston Baker, Liam Lindquist, Oliver Hall, Harrison Day, Bradley Curtis, your top 10. Yeah, great fight there, midfield, going to the line, but Sebastian Gazlowski got overtaken by Sam Gardner on the final lap. It was just 0.2 of a second separating them. So Taylor Tomlinson, what a great result. 8.6 seconds. It seemed every single lap he would increase the lead by about half a second at least. Yeah, it's almost as many seconds as laps in the race there as he got it. The only thing that went wrong, I think, was that initial launch from the start, but he claimed the corner, he got the whole shot, and it was very straightforward for him. But I don't think he stopped pushing, looking at the gap.
Yeah, I don't think he stopped pushing. Of course, these young riders sometimes push a little bit too much, but Taylor Thompson, he did it to perfection there that time around, as he won by 8.662 of a second. Now, Taylor Thompson wins over Rex Austin and Nicholas Dunwoody, who will join him on the podium. Sam Gardner overtook Sebastian Gosowski for 4th place on the final lap, with Preston Baker in 6th. Liam Lindquist, Oliver Hall, Harrison Day and Bradley Curtis had an incredible battle for the final couple of positions in the top 10 on the final couple of laps. So what a great race that was, and that is the AC40 Pros finished for round 1 here at FAB Racing.